Christian, empty the pews. Like, I just found my people there, and it was so hard though. It was so lonely, and I felt like something was so wrong with me. And like the reason that my husband and I had gotten married was completely out the window. Like, we were to serve God together, and I was like, does he even still love me? I've let him down, and there's nothing I could do about it to bring my faith back. And oh, it was so hard. Like, I would go into my bedroom and I would just fall on my bed and cry, and there was nobody to pray to. And like, I can't even explain to you the block that was in my head. The way I described it to my husband when I was trying to explain to him that I didn't make this choice, not purposely, was, you know, if somebody had a mental handicap, I hope I'm wording that right, I don't want to offend anybody. If somebody had a mental handicap and they were not capable of making a decision, you would not judge them. You would not send them to hell.
Damn it.
They are who they are. They're the best they can be with what they know, what they can do. Well, that was me. That is me. Like, I literally cannot be a Christian in the Western sense of the word anymore, or I cannot believe the Bible. Like, it's a historical book, but as far as believing that God sent Jesus to die for my sins, I do not have the ability to do that. And no, people are like, well, we'll pray for you. You know, I take that as you love me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for your prayers. But I'm not coming back. I'm actually happy with where I'm at right now. And I mean, sometimes it's lonely, but over the last year and a half, I've learned that I'm okay, and to accept that, and to not worry about what other people think about me, how they judge me, and because they don't know my path, and they are not responsible for my path, and I am not responsible to live the path they think I should live. And I know I'm doing good. I know I'm loving people. I'm not doing any of this to earn any eternal merit. I'm doing this because even outside of God, I'm a good person. Actually, in Christ, in God, we were told we were not good people, except for we were viewed through the blood of Jesus. But I don't know, life is so different now. Life is good, and my kids love me more. Or I shouldn't say love me more. They like who I am more. My 16-year-old told me about a year ago, she's like, you know, I like you a lot better now that you don't go to church anymore. I've just become a better person. I'm less judgmental. I'm more loving. I'm more patient. I don't feel like I have to control every little situation to manipulate it to make sure things turn out the way I want them to turn out. I know there's got to be so much more to this story too. Like, there is so much. I mean, growing up in a very cultish religion where you're told what to wear, what to listen to, you know, don't go to movies, all this other stuff, don't play cards, don't dance. Like, it plays with your head when you have no other identity outside of that, and then you lose it. Oh, so, my name. My birth name is Kimberly, and when I took the fake name on Twitter to try to figure out what was going on, Kayla Joe, like, those became my people. They knew the real me. I could be honest there without being proselytized or told I needed to turn back to Jesus or I'm running from God. Why do I hate God? None of that's true. Or you just want to sin? No, I really don't. Anyway, so in my head, like, the new me, I couldn't go back to the old me, which was Kimberly, and the new me accidentally became Kayla Joe in my head. Like, I thought of myself as Kayla Joe. The people that knew me best, you know, were always Kayla Joe this, Kayla Joe that, and I thought, you know,
slut.
This transition in my life happened. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it, but it did happen, and I need to move on, and I need to embrace it. And so the second half of my life, Maybe it's not half over. I'm only 39. The second half of my life,
He's trying to
I just want to kind of symbolize starting over in an end to my old religious beliefs that I didn't choose, but I'm going to legalize my name to be Kayla Joe. And I was like, I'll give it a month. If I still feel like doing that, then I'm going to go through with that. And so I actually made it Michaela. And my mom's middle name is Jean. I was Kimberly Jean. I kept my middle name Jean because I wanted my parents to know that I still loved them, and this had nothing to do with them, and I love that I was named after my mom. So instead of just Michaela Joe McQuistion, which would have been my first choice, I kept Jean in there. So it's Michaela Joe Jean McQuistion. And but apparently that wasn't good enough. I deeply hurt them for changing my name at all, but it's not about them. It's about me and what I needed to do to heal and to move on. And I'm still the same person, but they don't talk to me that much anymore. They say there's nothing left to talk about. And I've hurt them deeply, which I can understand that they're grieving. And I wish that they weren't, but there's nothing I can do about that at all. Nothing. Hold space for them, and I am here if they ever want a relationship, but I'm me, and if being me is going to cost me being loved unconditionally, then there's nothing I can do about it. Like, it's sad, but maybe someday they'll be okay with me.
Come on, you bitch.
I'm always here. I'm always open. I have a soft heart and a lot of love. I think that's probably all for now. So if you have any questions, you can leave a comment, or I don't know if my email's anywhere in there. But you can leave a comment and ask for my email, or give me your email and I can email you. Yeah, so anyway, that's all for today. And don't forget to watch part 1 of this until I get them connected somehow, because it talks about my whole upbringing as a child, and there's a lot of content in there. So I don't remember how long it is. I think it's about 12 minutes long. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and I hope to do more videos in the future. And I'm writing a book. It's called Dear Kimberly, Love Michaela. Something about losing my evangelical faith into the unknown. And so I'm hoping to be finished with that in a month or 2. And I will publish it on Amazon, and you won't want to miss it. It has a journal back and forth between the old me and the new me, Kimberly and Michaela, and it goes into how I was feeling each and every month of that journey and how difficult it was.
You pulled defeat out of the jaws of victory.
I hope that it helps a lot of people to heal.
Oh!
Anyway, life does get better. You don't stay down forever when you lose your faith. I moved really fast because I'm a fast-moving person. Some people have been in their deconstruction for 10 years, in what took me a year and a half, but it's okay. It's your journey, and you can't make things move too fast, because healing does take time. So some things are fast, some things are slow. You do you. Bye, y'all.
You suck my dick, bitch. Suck my dick, bitch.
My journey out of fundamentalist Christianity was so disorienting and so soul-crushing that I literally, legally changed my first name. It literally felt like part of me had died. I tried for so long and tried so hard to keep her alive. I wanted so desperately to hold on to my faith and to keep what I had my entire life. And I had to let go. Hi, I'm Michaela, and deconstructing the faith that I was born into cost me my entire community. It cost me my identity, my relationships with family, and it even eventually cost me my marriage. My channel exists to come alongside, support, and give hope to those that are deconstructing just like I did. Really, no matter what your fundamentalist religion, my hope is that you'll find some support and hope here in this community. On this side of things, I like to use my 40-ish years in fundamentalist religion to unpack how religious trauma and mental health are intertwined. And there is a path to freedom, and it looks different for every person. There's not one right way to heal.
I just
Healing
the
is possible.
fuck out of you.
In the same way that I found my own unique way to move forward, my hope is that those of you out there struggling will find your own unique way to move forward too. And that involves listening to different creators and following different people on social media and finding pieces of them that works for you. There's not one right path anymore, and that in itself is really kind of freeing. So now my story, as far as my name change. My deconstruction started out in therapy. I was actually going to therapy with a Christian therapist at the time. I had been going to therapy for depression for, I don't know at the time, probably 4-ish years. And I came up with a question in therapy one day that was, okay, if there are people in different religions and denominations and across the world that are not in Christianity that have the same spiritual highs as me, I was like, how on earth?
God damn it.
Like, what is that? And I expected my Christian therapist to say, well, that's Satan interfering and trying to trick you and deceive you and trying to trick and deceive them too.
Damn it.
But that's not what he said. His response to me was, well, what if it is the same God? What if that God has different paths? And that is where my brain started spiraling. And I was so mad. I was livid. And I sent him an email. I was like, you need to help me keep my faith. Because, like, to me, that was his job. But as a therapist, a good therapist is going to let you question and explore and figure out things for yourself. But in my religion, we were not allowed to have critical thinking. And that ended that day. Pandora's box was open, everything exploded, and I started deconstructing at a rapid pace that I tried to shut down, and it didn't happen. I started reading books by different authors and different perspectives and different ways people interpret the Bible that were still calling themselves Christian, and I was astounded at all the different ways to view Scripture and Christianity. And, like, there are 44,000 different variations of Christianity out there worldwide. 44,000. But only one way is right. But they all think they're right. Like, it didn't make sense. So that was in September of 2018, and I was hyper-focused and researching and trying to figure out what was going on. At the same time, I was in a college class at Liberty University for grad school because I wanted to become a licensed counselor. And it was October, and one of the things I read about in my class that month was identity foreclosure. Identity foreclosure is when a child is not given the opportunity to view other perspectives on religion or anything else. And so they foreclose, in a sense, on their parents' beliefs and their belief system of their religion or church or whatever.
God damn it.
Thinking that they are making that decision, but not realizing that they're not making any decision because there was nothing to make a decision from. They literally had no choice. So their brain solidified whatever their identity was from that religion or that point of view, that perspective. Identity foreclosure. When I realized I had experienced identity foreclosure, my heart sunk. I thought all my life that I had chosen to follow God. I had chosen to believe Him and obey Him and live 100% for Him. I was 37 years old when all this was happening. I knew no other identity other than following Christ and giving myself wholeheartedly to Him, 100% all the time, every day. And so when I realized that things were not what I thought they were, my brain shifted and my world started crumbling. And apparently that still makes me emotional going back to that. So yeah, I'm emotional, and it's really not sad anymore in the sense that I'm sad about it every day. But looking back at what happened and how I felt, that was hard. So once I realized what was happening and that I really didn't know what I thought I knew, I went onto social media and I created a fake identity. I named this person Kayla Joe, and I had a Twitter account, I had Facebook. Nobody that I knew in real life could find me in these places because of how I manipulated everything without phone numbers, with new emails. And I went online and I started exploring what was going on, and I learned that this was called deconstruction. And I came across the most amazing ex-pastors and atheists and a whole community of people that were going through what I had gone through. Not because they didn't leave because they were mad at the church. They left because they thought too deeply. They studied too hard. People don't leave for being mad at God. They leave because their mind is open and they think critically, which is something people who are indoctrinated in fundamentalist religion are not able or allowed to do. So as I was exploring on social media,
that was stupid.
Taking in different views from lots of different people. Let's see. I explored with I listened to more progressive Christians, Rob Bell, Brad Jersak, Brian McLaren. All these people were still in Christianity, but in a more progressive Christianity. And I thought I could hold on.
Bitch.
But then one day in January of 2019, I woke up and I realized that my brain had shifted even more. It felt like my entire identity and sense of God had fallen into a black hole. I couldn't pray, I couldn't sing songs, and it's not that I didn't want to, it just felt like there was a numb part of me. There was a wall. There was something that because of my new perspective, my brain could not believe in Santa Claus anymore, per se. So over time, as I acted as Kayla Joe on social media and formed this community of real people who loved and appreciated and didn't judge the real me, I realized before too long that my brain had shifted again, and I was no longer the Kimberly that I was born as. I had shifted to be Kayla Joe in my head. As I gave it some time, talked it over in therapy, and realized that the person that I used to be as Kimberly no longer existed. I was no longer a Christian. I didn't have that community. I didn't have anything that I used to have. And the identity crisis was so real. Because when you're born into a fundamentalist religion and all you know is that fundamentalist religion and Christ is your entire identity and that disappears, you have nothing left to go back to. You can't just go back to, before I was a Christian, before I was saved, this is who I was, I'm going to go back to that. No, you have absolutely nothing, and it is devastating and terrifying. So in order to move forward, I realized I had to come to terms with and accept that I was no longer a Christian. I couldn't believe in the religious dogma. I could not look at the Bible and see the contradictions and say, this is literally how life is supposed to be. I could not look at the fact that there were 44,000 different types of Christianity, but only run one right way. Or even that Christianity was the one right religion, because if I was born into a different culture or religion, then I would have believed different. And those cultures will tell you the same thing. A lot of them, not all of them, will tell you that, this is the right way. And that's what religion does. Religion is controlling and wants to tell you that it's the one right way in fundamentalist religions. So after dealing with the fact that I could no longer identify as Kimberly anymore, and that the real people that really loved me knew me as Kayla Joe, I decided to legally change my name. And I went through the steps that it takes to make that happen. And so by August of 2019, I had legally changed my name to Michaela Joe on paper. I really want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. If you can resonate with what I have to say, be sure to like and subscribe so that you can follow my videos and you don't miss any vulnerable content by myself or people that I'll be interviewing in podcast type style. I really want to bring you amazing, encouraging content about deconstructing Christianity. No matter where you end up, you could end up a progressive Christian, you could end up an ex-Christian, you could end up in a completely different religion, you could end up not reconstructing anything and just being an atheist and being happy at that. What is refreshing and awesome is the path that I'm on does not have to be the path that you're on for it to be the right path for you. And that is what this is about. Deconstructing all that bullshit we were taught and allowing ourselves to just be. And not be judgmental of each other. And not say, hey, you're going to hell because you don't believe like I believe. That is a load of bullshit that was used to control and manipulate us all our entire lives. And it does not have that power anymore. I've created a PDF on religious trauma, common challenges that people experience that are leaving fundamentalist religion. That's not the exact title, but it's something like that. And it includes some information and also some journal pages in it that I hope you'll find really helpful. So click the link in the description and you can get that PDF for free downloaded to your computer. Also, check out this video in the corner that talks about how where we are born affects what we believe. Knowledge is truly power because it gives us the information we need to think critically and make decisions on what is best for our lives moving forward.
There goes your fucking castle, bitch.
Happy Halloween. I thought I would add to this spooky day with something that is actually scary. God who curses his own creation. So today I'm going to share with you quite quickly 13 examples of truly horrifying curses from the Bible itself. Let's dive in. Going in canon order, we'll start with the curse of Cain. Now, Cain was a murderer, no doubt about it, and God could have just put him down. Or better yet, he could have explained the error of his ways and sought him back. But instead, he put a mark on Cain, condemning him to live his entire life as a fugitive and a wanderer, not allowing him to die. That's what the mark was for, so that others wouldn't kill him. Some people see this as a sign of grace from God. First of all, who are all these other people? That's a fun question for another day. And second of all, this is psychological torment. This is a long life sentence of isolation and perpetual fear, living without peace or acceptance.
Damn it.
By the way, each of these 13 that I'm going to share with you deserve their own hour episode to get into all the details, but I thought it would be fun for today just to cover these from a very high level. So moving quickly on to number 2, the curse of Ham and Canaan. Noah puts a curse on his own son's son. His son Ham has a son Canaan, dooming his descendants to live a life of servitude toward the others. Now, Noah is the one doing the cursing, but all of this is made possible by God. Amazing, isn't it? God just genocided the entire world except for 8 people because they were the only righteous ones, Noah being the most righteous. And then as soon as they can, Noah goes and gets drunk, and his son uncovers his nakedness. And Noah's appropriate reaction for this is to curse his son's sons and all future generations with labor, if not downright slavery. In what way is this just? In what way does this make any sense at all? It doesn't. It's immoral, like most of these curses. Going back straight to God, we want to make sure we give him the credit. In fact, that's what this third one is about. This is when God hardens Pharaoh's heart so he can do the 10 plagues. And we're going to jump forward to number 10, which is the curse of the firstborn of all of Egypt. That goes from Pharaoh's own son to the son of the slaves, to the firstborn of the animals even. And if you want to learn more about this story, check out this video where I cover all of the ridiculous apologetic excuses for why God didn't actually harden Pharaoh's heart. He 100% did in the way that we think about it. He brags to Moses before he does it. He prolongs on purpose the Pharaoh letting his people go so that he can show his power, so that all of Egypt will know him, which also doesn't happen. It was avoidable, it was unnecessary, and this is an insane curse that affected many, many innocent firstborn from all over Egypt. There is legitimately no good excuse. The curse is the waters of bitterness.
Cause that was
Is a really special kind of a curse. If a woman has been accused of being unfaithful, she is brought before the priest and made to drink this concoction of bitter water. You can read about all the details for yourself, or you can watch this video where I go into detail, but the long story short is that if she is found guilty by this little test, then the bitter waters will curse her womb. There's debate among if it causes a miscarriage or not. I think it is very clear that it does, in addition to the shame, in addition to the physical pain, and in addition to becoming barren, which is also part of the curse. This passage is more than problematic on about 13 different levels, and the instructions come straight from this God. This fifth one is a really interesting one, and some people tie it into what happened with Jesus when he died on the cross, thus calling it the curse of the cross, as it's alluded to in Galatians, but it comes from Duke 21. Anyone who dies and is hung on a tree is cursed. And like all of this, which is just filled with superstition, you must get the cursed body down before the end of the day. Otherwise, God will see it as an affront and it will continue to curse the land that it's on. So to be clear, God has cursed the person whom he has allowed to be killed. We have many examples of this happening, by the way, especially from Joshua, as he does it to certain kings or certain rulers from places that he conquers. They hang these people up on a pole, on a tree, for all to see as a warning, showing God's curse on this man. That's why they were able to take his life. But there's some rules with that curse, and again, it involves them getting him down and buried before the curse spreads to the land. What a good God these people serve. The next one is the curse for those who would try to rebuild Jericho. Joshua himself puts this curse out there, which God backs up, by the way. For anyone that tries to rebuild this wall, their sons will die. Again, weird generational punishment that makes no sense whatsoever. And by the way, if you think this is just Joshua doing something outside of the will of God, generations later, someone named Heel does try to start rebuilding the walls of Jericho, only to have his sons die. Think about that. After Joshua is dead, God is up there holding on to this, watching and waiting. A God who can't bring himself to help the millions of starving children, but just waiting in case anyone tries to rebuild that wall. Even though by divine miracle he brought it down, it should be no problem, but he's going to make sure that Joshua's curse stays. How innocent would the sons of this builder generations later be from this curse? It's immoral to the highest degree. And in sticking with this theme, we'll now get to Achan's family curse. Also having to do with Jericho, Achan holds on to spoils that he wasn't supposed to. And when found out, what does this God do with him? Does he forgive him? No. Does he just take his life? You know, that eye for an eye thing he's so happy about? No. He has him and his entire family, innocent children, executed. How dare he steal what belongs to God? Obviously, we're having some fun here on Halloween and talking about curses and superstition and spirits. As always, I'm trying to still prove a point here, which is the unjust and immoral character and nature of this God. Not of his prophets who sometimes do bad things and do good things. Of this God who has to enact all of these curses, who makes it so, who comes up with them in the first place in many of these cases, who even brags about them. See this video here while I'm still promoting myself. And if you want to race it as Old Testament, fine. You have no reason to. This is an immutable God. And remember, all of these times when God is showing up and doing these things and following through on these curses all the way to their conclusion, Jesus was right there with him, if you believe your New Testament. So New Covenant or not, what is your excuse for this God of wrath, for this God who takes innocent life as repayment for sin? I ran out of them. This one has some context to it that I don't want to get too in the weeds with, but Eli has some sons who blaspheme God, and this makes God very mad at Eli for not restraining them, as the text says, which again, I'm not sure what one is supposed to do at some point or be responsible for the actions of their children, just like children aren't responsible for the actions of their parents. And in both of these cases, God flip-flops back and forth saying, I won't punish kids for their parents anymore, I won't punish parents for their kids anymore, back and forth, and in this case, it was one of those bad days, because the curse for this is that forever, not one generation, not two, not to the third or fourth like God likes to talk about, forever whoever the descendants of Eli will die in their prime. Again, not just cutting it off, not just killing Eli and his sons, which would still be ridiculous, and then no more. No, letting them continue to bring life into the world only for that life to be born under a curse, to grow up with the fear, with the hopelessness, because every member of their family, as far as they look up since Eli's sons, have died in their prime, and they just know that's what's going to happen to them. What an awful psychological torment this curse would be. And supposedly, if this line were still going on, still happening today. But you know what? There is a couple times when God just torments with curses one individual for that individual's actions. And one of those times is with Saul. God rejects Saul as king because, by the way, Saul didn't completely annihilate every living thing in the genocide that God commanded him, only leaving alive some livestock to make a sacrifice to God and the king. No, when God says kill everything, every woman and child and sheep and goat, he literally means it. That's how we know that all the genocide can't be excused by the apologetic of hyperbole. So Saul gets demoted and cursed, leaving him in constant stress and paranoia from an evil spirit sent to torment him. As if Isaiah wasn't clear enough that God creates evil, we see him literally in control, in charge, giving orders to an evil spirit to possess this man. But it's a good thing that David knows how to play the harp. That will come in handy. What a ridiculous story. I just got done doing a video on Elijah, and you know who got a double portion of Elijah's power? Elisha. And what were some of the things he did with that power? Well, one of them was calling down a curse of leprosy on a man named Gehazi for deceitfully accepting gifts. In this case, again, death might have been a kinder sentence. This is a God of cruel and unusual punishment. Leprosy was not just a physical ailment. It was, again, psychological torment as you were cast out of society, isolated and shamed. Next, we have a double curse. This will be the curses for Ahab and Jezebel. Ahab's entire line is to be cut off violently, any of them within the land of Israel. Unjust generational punishment. But for Jezebel, God's got something different up his sleeves. Her curse is that she will be torn apart by dogs, and that she will not be buried, which again, we see divine intervention from God to make sure that this occurs. Yes. You know what's more fun than just talking about a curse? Talking about a curse that disproves the Bible.
Man,
there's actually more examples than you would think. We've already gone through some of them, but the curse on Babylon is one of my favorites because it's made twice by both Isaiah and Jeremiah. They curse Babylon to become a deserted wasteland where only jackals and hyenas will be, overrun by wild creatures to add to the spookiness of this curse, uninhabited and with no power. And yet, after both of these men, we know that this city was still going quite strong. We see this also with Egypt, prophecies against its total destruction. We see it specifically with Tyre, which is probably my favorite example, because after that supposed curse, where again, Tyre is prophesied to be utterly destroyed and never again rebuilt, it actually goes into its heyday, and it's still a city on the map today. I guess that's the good news about all of these curses. We know they didn't happen, but this is an internal critique. And insofar as you believe in this God or you believe in this Bible, you need to come to terms with both the immorality of these curses and the faulty nature of the ones we can falsify. And so let's end with number 13, which I am using as more self-promotion. We're going to go all the way back to the first curse, which is a group of 3. The Lord curses the serpent, then Eve, then Adam. And I did this video on it. If you want to learn more about that and all of the implications from God's very first set of curses, click on the video as soon as this one ends. I'll see you Sunday with a new video, and until then, keep thinking. I'd like to personally thank my top tiers of support: my Iconoclast and Boris GVI, Jason, Joe, Kiboga, Perry, Rocket, Sean, and Strong Rex, my Humanist Heroes, Imposter, James, Jared, Christy, and Thronus, my Atheist Advocates, Caleb, David, Jeff, Jeffrey, Mrs. Webb, Paul, Sparky, and Todd, as well as all of my Secular Scholar patrons. If you believe in the mission of this channel, or you just enjoy its content, please consider joining these fine people.
God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Ooh, she spit. Ooh, you stupid motherfucker. God damn it. Stupid! I fucked his hole! Sucker! You fell flat worse than a sack of tons of bricks of shit. Each one weighing a ton of shit. I was eyeing that. I was gonna sacrifice my knight. Sucker your rook to take my knight, but you just fucked up and lost it right there, you stupid fucker. Suck my slut. Oh, the cute girl. Check. Checkmate. Now fuck up and bring this poem down here. Now fuck up and bring this poem right here. I'll stick my dick in your bishop's butt. I didn't say bishop, I said you bitch shit. B-I-H-H-I-T. Now I'm attacking that fucking poem. Suck my slut. You suck my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, That whore, that whore, that whore, that whore. I hate going for it. See, that's what that damn. Come on, let's swap wars. Let's swap wars. Stupid! Stupid! Stupid!
We have an interesting one. We have Casey. Casey is calling in from Missouri. They want to challenge atheists on why they hate God if he doesn't exist. Casey, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm just, I like debating, just learning new things, and I definitely, your chat mobs, they always block me for talking about saying Jesus loves you, but you can talk about demons, and you can cuss up a storm, and you can, no matter what it is, you can talk about anything you want, sexual immorality, but if you say Jesus loves you, oh, you're gone, buddy. We can't have that. Oh my God, that is worse than pedophilia and every sexual and perversion that ever is thought imaginable to the atheist is Jesus.
Let me tell you why, Casey. Let me tell you why. It's because that's been done before, right? Like every single person that you're talking to in that chat, they've heard that from other people before, and it's annoying. And that's not what we want, especially not with this show. We want to have a conversation. Just saying Jesus loves you, that's not a conversation. That's just an aphorism. That's just a way for Christians to kind of get a dig in at somebody. Right?
In AM radio, you would be known as what we call a seminar caller. And that would be the equivalent of you call up with a brochure or an agenda. Stand by and let me finish. You would call up because you have a declaration, Jesus is Lord, Jesus loves you. The equivalent of an Islam is saying Allahu Akbar, right? You're not really having a conversation. You just came to put a stamp on the chat, and that's not what this conversation is. Now, if you want to talk about your faith, that's a different thing. So.
Okay. Well, I think I was making a point, and then my point was that atheists hate God, and if he doesn't exist, why do you guys hate God so much that Jesus loves you offends you? It's like it eats at your skin. It makes you boil inside. I've met so many angry atheists that if you try to be nice to them and they know you're a Christian, they hate you anyways because they can't stand the God that doesn't exist inside of you. So
that's interesting because there's a couple ways I could answer this. One way I could say is if there was a being that existed that eternally tortured people, then yeah, I would have reason to not like them.
Torture people how?
But Casey, let me finish.
People how?
But Casey, torture because they put them in hell. If you're not saved in the eyes of the Lord, you don't get to be with God. That's not a thing.
Hey, you chose not to be with God. That's your choice.
See, let me finish my point, and then I'll let you speak, okay? So, here's the thing. If that was real, which I don't think is real, that's reason to hate. But I think what you're seeing is that the reason why Seth and I go on shows like this, and other people talk about this, is we care more about the institutions that Christianity has brought. Specifically, of course, we talk a lot about the United States, but in the world. Because there are a lot of things that Christianity, the people in it, have done that we don't like, and that we want to talk about why we don't like it, because it affects me and affects other people. For example, the right for two men to get married. Who were the biggest people who were in opposition to that? The Christian church. The Christian church was one of the biggest oppositions for two people to get married in this country, legally so. And legal battle after legal battle have to happen before that could be passed. Same thing with abortion laws, right? You can look at a bunch of different issues in this country that come down to Christians being on the other side of it and putting a lot of money into issues and fighting for it. And that's why shows like this exist, so we can talk about that, because we don't think that's right, especially as people who don't share the faith.
Okay. Can I answer?
Yes.
Is it my turn? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't like going around and around like you talk for. I mean, I like hitting points. You know what I mean? Because you just
when you run a call-in show, you can run it however you want, Casey.
All right. I'm just trying to. I was just trying to learn. You know what I mean? I like to learn. I'm not here to. I don't want to argue with you. You know what I'm saying? I like to learn.
If you want to learn, that's cool. It sounded like you wanted to argue with us, but okay.
Can I add a perspective quickly?
I'm sorry. I get passionate. I apologize.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
Let's start off on a different foot. Okay. Here's my point. You said that Christians say that people are going to hell, but you said it doesn't exist. So what are you getting mad for? I don't understand. You're getting mad at people that say that there's a hell, but there's not.
If I may, what I hear you say is a gross overgeneralization of how atheists treat other people, Christian or otherwise. And I'm on the front line of atheist activism, right? I'm an ex-evangelical who has a legitimate gripe about fundy religions and the damage they do. I'll tell you a secret, pal. I married a Christian. That's how much I hate Christians. You know what I'm saying? I share, my life partner is a God believer. We disagree on this. But we share, in terms of values, so many commonalities and real love that our lives, it's not possible for everybody, but it's been possible for us. Do I strike you as a guy who hates Christians, who rails against people for believing what they believe, why they believe it? No. But I do think there's a legitimate reason to be angry. I get angry when I find out that 4-year-olds, impressionable 4-year-olds, are terrified with stories of hellfire if they don't line up and drop to their knees and apologize for being born unworthy, which is what the Bible says. There is no one worthy, no, not one. I get angry when I see good people who are locked out of marriage contracts because of their sexual identity. I get angry when I see the corruption and the cover-ups within religious institutions, the fact that these institutions don't have to be taxed or accountable like all the other nonprofits. I get angry when I see high-control cults, including large cults like Christianity and Islam, actively minimizing and marginalizing women because it's written in their scriptures, etc., etc., etc. So I'm not mad at God because I don't believe in a God. But I am angry about injustice, and I am angry about damage done. And the reason I'm angry, and the reason I would like you to consider that anger, is because I care about people, and I don't want to see them harmed. Does that make sense? Does that model jive more with kind of what you're thinking? I don't hate God. I'm not mad at God any more than I'm mad at unicorns. But I am angry at the institutions and ideas that are simply debunked, wrong, or harmful.
Oh, so Christianity helps tons of people, drug addicts, orphans. You act like we never do anything good. We never help
Who said
anybody.
that? Wait. Who said that? Who has specifically said that line? Where's that come from?
Everything that we did wrong, you know what I mean? And you
said it?
I said one thing, but you hate it. But that was the point. You hate this about us, and no Christian's ever gonna say, "Hey, we hate you, atheists." No, we'll say we love you, atheists.
Oh,
man, dude, I can pull up a playlist on YouTube of tons of Christians saying they hate atheists. Man, Casey, you don't want to go down that route. You really don't. You can find that in the Bible, by the way. But anyway, look,
if a church engages in a charitable endeavor, my friend.
Yeah.
What are they doing that a non-believer or an adherent to a different faith couldn't also do? I mean, if Christians go out and feed the hungry, cannot non-Christians go out and feed the hungry, or produce medicines, or build shelters, or do any of those things? I mean, why would that be indigenous to Christianity when it happens in all these other places and cultures and scenarios all around the world?
Stupid!
Do you think atheists do that more than Christians?
I didn't say more. I said they do it.
Thank you very much.
They do a lot of it.
Thank you very much.
Damn it.
Thank you very much. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you a crazy question.
Now, wait. Before you do, Casey, I think what you were trying to just imply there is that Christians contribute more to charitable acts than atheists. But we're talking about a religious population that literally makes up 1/3 of the earth, right? Atheists are, I don't know how many atheists there are in the world. Nobody knows. But it's definitely less than that. So obviously, just by pure numbers, yeah, Christians might contribute more to that. But what's the point, right? Even if that was true, let's say that on this premise that Christians do more good stuff than atheists, which I contest with, what does that mean about the faith being true or not? Because you can do good things off a faulty premise, right? If I believe that an alien came down to me and said, you should go out and be nice to people, and I do that because that alien told me to, and I start a religion based on that, that doesn't mean that an alien actually came down and spoke down to me, right? These are two different things.
If you have the evidence, I'd listen. But you know who I wouldn't listen to? Somebody that will lie to you, like these scientists that are atheists, that'll try to disprove God, and they're liars. And they've been caught cheating, just like they've been fake monkeys. Was the Nebraska man? What was that? Was that a real? What do they call
it? Talking about right now. What's going on? Wait, you're saying which scientists are lying to you about what? About evolution?
Who would? Yeah. Why would you trust somebody that would lie to you? Has no morals, no good moral values, like atheists or scientists.
All I'm hearing is this wild sort of this weird series of gross generalizations. You know, the idea that scientists are all part of a secret star chamber, twirling their mustaches down in the basement, colluding to kill God. Maybe they are producing examinations of the evidence to try to find out whether things do or do not work. You know, in science, you don't start with an answer. You start asking questions to try to determine the answer. And when new evidence becomes available, you sharpen or even adjust or change the answer. That's the beauty of science. You know, you've painted all scientists as these bizarre, nasty, sad, rudderless, pathetic antichrists who are out to kill God, but you have no evidence to back that up. And I think you're obviously very much out of tune and out of touch with the wonderful people who are non-Christian scientists out there.
Yep.
Because I don't believe what everybody says. Scientists never lie.
We never said scientists never lie.
Did I say that?
That's all my point was. What's the monk? Okay, let's switch a little bit. 1 second.
You've been switching too much, Casey. We gotta stay on one topic, okay? But look, we got a lot of other callers too that I want to talk to. So you know, is there one thing in specific that you want to talk to us about? Or is this just going to be, well, you guys say this and you guys say that, and us just saying, no, we don't? Because that's what this has kind of been.
God damn it.
This is my one question that I really want you to ask.
Okay, we're going to give you an answer. We're going to give you an answer, and can you acknowledge that we give you an answer before you give us another question?
No, I just want to just hit this topic, and I'll go back another time.
Oh, okay, let's just hit this topic. Go ahead, Case.
All right. Monkeys that evolved, that they say they have evidence from, what are them evidences? What monkeys are them? Half human, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this requires a much longer explanation than what I have time for. I'll try to give you a 30-second answer if I can. And I am not an anthropologist, but I can tell you that, one, we are apes. We're not monkeys. So difference in, taxonomy there. I won't get into the details. I don't have time. Point is, there is a long span of time by which we came from other human-like apes, and those human-like apes came from more, general ape-like apes, and then those apes came from other kinds of mammals. It happens over a long period of time, and it's not just going to be one kind of monkey or one kind of ape. It's going to be multiple different species across millions and millions of years. So it's not just, which ones are we from? It's complicated. We're from a lot. There's a whole tree of different possibilities, and we haven't even found all the answers of where we've come from. But I would recommend looking into videos or books that talk about it. People who are really experts on that subject tell you.
If I can jump in, I've got a couple of recommendations. Let me just say as well that you are a walking, talking billboard for evolution.
Yeah.
For being a higher primate. Okay. Mm-hmm. You share 99% of your DNA is in common with chimpanzees. You're actually closer genetically to the chimp than chimps are to gorillas.
Yep.
You have the exact number of rods and cones in your eyes as other primates. You have the exact number of hair follicles on your body as other primates. Your bone structure, your jaw structure. We actually have a lineage. You can actually see the progression of brain casings from one primate to the next, leading up to the evolution as Homo sapiens. We have seen from the genetic level to even our facial hair and our pubic hair and all these other examples, our wisdom teeth. All of these are markers for our evolutionary past and our position in nature as higher primates. There's a book and a video. It's online. The book is called Evolution, What the Fossils Say and Why It Matters. And it's by geologist and paleontologist Dr. Donald Prothero. and he lays it out. It's about a 45-minute presentation, and the book, I don't know, it'll take you a couple of days to read, but that's where I'd start if I were you. But the evidence is you. You are a higher primate, and that's wonderful enough, okay?
Yep. And Casey, that's all the time we have for this call. So if you want to call in again and talk to us some more, I'd be happy to do it. Seth won't be here, but I probably will, or one of the other hosts will. But yeah, I say look into that, because there's great explanations out there, and they're a little bit more complicated than what you may think. So definitely check that out. And Seth, I appreciate that you gave some links there. There's all kinds of stuff out there for people to check out. But
I used to be threatened by the idea that I was a higher primate. I'm not an animal. Yeah, I'm not an animal. I'm a human. Right?
I was one of those Christians that was totally okay with evolution, but in retrospect, I don't know how I put the square peg in the round hole, because it does make too much sense.
But I thought it was crazy. I somehow, though, believe that I'm the ancestor of divinely conjured nudists. You know, in a garden with talking animals. What?
I haven't heard that one. Divinely conjured nudists.
I'll make a T-shirt. I'll send you a T-shirt.
Thanks. I like that.
Now fuck up and take that poem. God damn it. God damn it.
A woman and her teenage daughter are haunted by a presence. The mother believes it's her long-lost haunted. A woman and her teenage daughter are haunted by a presence. The mother believes it's her long-lost love who was murdered.
Chris? Is that you? I thought he was trying to... Chris? Is that you? I thought he was trying to...
Let me touch your head.
Is that you? I thought he was trying to communicate with me. So I definitely missed him.
But her daughter isn't convinced.
Damn! Communicate with me. So I definitely missed him.
But her daughter isn't convinced.
Damn! Came face to face with this dark figure. I think the security's in the house. Face with this. Damn! Came face
Uzi spit
to face with this dark figure. I think the security's in the house. He's not protecting us.
They weren't dangerous. This thing did not want to leave. In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. In the early 90s, Kelly Cataline is enjoying her carefree 20s with her boyfriend Chris.
So, I really want you to meet my parents. When Chris and I were dating, we were very young. I was 24. So most of the things we did together was going to the bars and playing pool, fun things like that.
What if they don't like me?
They're gonna love you. Trust me. Dang, I'm gonna be late. I'm supposed to pick up Melissa from the airport. What time is Charles meeting you?
Should be here soon. I'm supposed to play pool tonight.
He was very outgoing, loved people, very fun.
A lot of friends.
I'll see you later.
Okay. I'll be back in like a couple of hours.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Whoa, hey man. That's reserved. My friend's on his way. What'd you say to me? That's my friend's chair.
It's mine now.
Oh! This guy giving you problems? Look, I don't want any problems, alright? Alright, stay away from me. Get away from me.
Chris is rushed to the hospital and later dies.
He was taken so young, just I couldn't believe it. He was a very strong man, so it was shocking that he died that way. I love you.
I love you too. I don't want any problems, alright?
The tragic loss haunts Kelly for years.
It was really, really hard. I was in shock for a long time.
Eventually, she meets a new man, and they have 2 daughters. But later they separate, and Kelly again must move on. In 2010, she and her 15-year-old daughter move into a rental house in Cincinnati.
Hey, Mom! Oh, there you are. I was waiting for you.
Did she have clue?
I want to hear all about your first day. Sit. It was me and my daughter. My older daughter had gone off to college. So, how was it?
I see a dick in
It was
the
okay.
future.
I was
see
just
a
starting
dick.
my freshman year in high school. The house was perfect
Dick.
for me and my mom.
Met a couple of girls who aren't totally
Dick.
horrible. Oh, aren't totally horrible, huh?
She's very, very friendly. She's easy to get along with. Very sweet.
Dick.
Lots of friends. She's a good kid.
Well, I made a lot of progress there. I got the whole kitchen unpacked. Good. I'm starving. What's for dinner?
Over the next few days, mother and daughter settle in.
Dick.
You almost finished with that? You need to get your books for school. Who's with you in this picture? Oh, can't believe I still have this.
Wow, she smells like spit.
Oh, can't believe I still have this.
Smell.
It was so long ago. Do you remember me telling you about Chris? The guy I dated before your father? My mom informed me that there was a guy that she had been seeing named Chris when she was younger, and he died in an unfortunate bar fight, even though I had never known him. Him and my mom were close.
The guy was killed?
Yeah, so sad. He was really special. I thought where would it have gone, even though we were young, would we still be together? But I definitely missed him. Definitely.
But Kelly remains focused on her future and making her house a home.
Damn it. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it.
I heard noises like someone was throwing stuff around.
God damn it.
Samantha? Yeah? Did you hear that?
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. With oozy spit. damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. With boozy spit. Boop, boop. 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 Spit. Spit. With her red spit. Spit.
Samantha.
Spit. 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 Spit.
Samantha.
Spit. 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 God damn it. Spit. 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 Spit.
Samantha. Scared me.
Easy. Hey, Haley wants to know if I can go to the movies tonight. Who's Haley? And your friend from school?
Cause you just fucked
Everyone's
up.
gonna be there. Can I go?
Bitch.
Sure.
But be home by 9:30.
Okay. I'm gonna get ready. Thank you.
I'm fixing it. Yeah, you're right, cause I'm right, you slut. You stupid fucking bitch.
When I turned around, I noticed the door had come unhitched.
I swear I locked this.
Ah!
I thought about it for a second and said, yeah, that's weird, but I kind of brushed it off and dismissed it.
A few nights later, Samantha invites her new friend over while her mom is at work.
Okay, I'm positive. Do we have to watch something so scary? Come on. It's all fake anyway. Fine.
You fucked up, cuz. I'm finna fuck you up. There's the smelly Shelly. With pit smelly Shelly, 'cause she rhymes. And nothing rhymes with her name. They're both cute, so you know. You stupid bitch.
What was that?
I'm fixing to get a whore on your ass.
What are you talking about?
I'm fixing to get a whore.
Come on, don't be
Suck
chicken.
my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch.
I started to hear footsteps that were very
You
loud,
suck
as
my
if it
dick,
was
bitch.
a larger person stepping almost angrily through the house.
I got myself a whore.
My mom's probably home from work. Stay here, I'll go check. Mom? Mom?
I didn't really see anything. I kind of stood there for a second and pondered, maybe I'm really tired.
Mom?
Was Pit? Pit? She's a smelly Shelly 'cause she rhymes. And nothing rhymes with her name. And nothing rhymes with her name. I fucked his hole! Okay, last game. Win, lose, draw, glitch, battle the board, or one refuses to rematch either sleeve. Or get ejected.
Mom?
What the fuck?
15-year-old Samantha Cataline is in the throes of a paranormal attack.
I really couldn't believe it. I was so scared. My mind is telling me to run, but my fear is telling me don't move.
Are you okay? What? What?
It's me. It's Mom.
What is wrong?
She was very upset and shaken.
We heard footsteps, and at first I thought Haley was kidding, but then I heard them too, so I came to the kitchen to see if it was you, and it wasn't.
She had been hearing footsteps, and her purse just flew off the table.
Okay, just calm down. What were you guys watching? Are you watching a scary movie? Yes, we were watching a scary movie, but that's not what it was. We heard it. You guys are just imagining it. It's fine. I told you we weren't imagining it. It's alright. I'm serious, Mom. Okay. You shouldn't watch those movies. You have to get Haley home, okay? Haley, get your backpack.
I thought they were just being scared teenagers being in the house alone, and a new house at that.
Oh, I'm serious. Sweetie. It's okay. Okay? You're not listening to me.
At that point, my mom kind of played it off like it's nothing, let's just ignore it and put it to the side. And it bothered me. It was bothering me that this was going on and nobody wanted to talk about it. It was bothering me that this was going on and nobody wanted to talk about it.
God damn it.
I was watching a movie, and I had fallen asleep. And I looked up and I saw in bright letters, I love you. I just kind of stared up and I saw in bright letters, I love you.
With a spitty fit. With a spitty fit. With a spitty. With a spitty fit.
Just kind of stared at it. I had fallen asleep.
Boop! She's cute. Alright, the girl's head is cute when she's
bright
asleep.
letters, I love you. I just kind of stared at it for I saw it fallen asleep.
A girl's head is cute when they're asleep and vulnerable. A spit? A spit? No. Boop!
I was watching a movie, and I had fallen asleep.
I touched that head. She's cute.
I looked up and I saw in bright letters, I love you. I just kind of stared at it for a minute, and then I was like, that's weird. It had nothing to do with the movie. So at that point, I backed up the DVD, and it was nowhere on the movie.
Don't even think about it, you slut.
All of a sudden, I felt like someone was watching me.
She's cute. Boop.
Kelly begins to wonder if her daughter is right. But if there is a ghost in the house, why would it be sending Kelly a love message? A few days later, Kelly begins hearing odd noises again.
have to wipe my ass. With spit.
Sam?
Wow, with spit. With spit. With pit, smelly, Shelly.
Sam?
Man, she's got some big arms. With spit. With pit, smelly, Shelly, 'cause she rhymes. With spit.
Sam? I kept hearing a knocking. I couldn't tell where it was coming from at first, and then I realized it was coming from the attic.
With this spit smell. With that spit smell, girl.
It sounded like a person's finger tapping and saying, "Let me out of here." I knew at that point that it was someone in there wanting me to open the door.
Suck my slut! Now fucking remove this floor right here. Or here. No, now fucking remove this floor right here. I'll stick my dick up your whore's butt. Kiss that rugged bye. Shot him!
Kelly Cataline is having paranormal frights in her home. So far, the events have been harmless, almost playful.
I love you. Someone knocking. It didn't scare me.
Pit. You suck my dick, bitch. Spit.
Kelly begins to suspect it's the spirit of her boyfriend who was killed in a bar fight years ago.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye. Get away from me! Get away!
Chris? Is that you?
Stupid!
Even though her daughter is also sent to ghost in the house, Kelly decides not to tell her about Chris.
I didn't want to tell my daughter Samantha, even though she knew it herself. I didn't want to scare her.
I just aired you. Yo, bro. I just aired.
During the middle of the night, I woke up and I felt very uneasy as I was being watched.
I just aired your rook.
I got up. Sounded like maybe someone was in the hallway.
You slant-eyed slut. Ooh, I breathed a sigh of relief. my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch.
When I turned around, I came face to face with this dark figure, and it was very tall, and you could definitely tell it was a man. A very cold sense came over me. I was terrified.
Did she have a spit effect on her? I spit. Let's see if she has another spit effect on her. With Uzi spit.
She was crying and she was shaking and she was very, very upset.
I saw this thing and it looked like a man, but it was so dark. Honey. Okay. Shh. Okay, do you remember I told you about Chris, my ex-boyfriend? The one who died? Okay, I think that his spirit is in the house. It must be what you saw. No, that's not it. It is, honey.
She believed
I got one word of advice
Chris,
for
and that
you.
he
Resign!
would protect us, and he wouldn't harm us in any way.
He just startled you. His spirit is fine. He's protecting us. Okay? Yes. He wouldn't hurt us. He's not protecting us.
I do.
Sam!
Over the next few weeks, Kelly begins to sense the presence of Chris all the time.
It was very comforting thinking that Chris was in the house and was watching over us.
While Samantha still feels traumatized by what she saw, Kelly does her best to make her feel safe.
Nothing to be worried about. This will keep you safe. She handed me a blessed crucifix.
Uzi spit.
Crucifix and
Man, her arm is bigger and longer than hers. I don't know about
told me
more.
that I will be always.
With peanut.
She
With peanut.
handed me a
Uzi spit. Now you got nothing but PONG! Why do you just resign? I'm supposed to stick my dick in your butt. And twist! With peanut. With peanut. Man, that was fucking stupid on my part. This clusterfuck. Buster Club, this cluster fuck. Suck my slut. Stupid fucker. She's read these fucking poems. Suck my slut. Eh. Mart! 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 Eh. Eh. How did he lose? Oh, that damn phone was sticking my dick in his butt. Spit oozy, 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 oozy spit.